Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another fun-filled episode with your girl Audrey Codner from ACG Math Tutoring. So, we are going to work on dividing radical expressions. Yes, what a great time to start a new week by doing some math. So, I know, it's so funny. Like, as soon as I come on, like, everybody's like, ping, 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 starting to pop on in. All right, so, if we can, let's do like a quick little review of the rational expressions. So, remember, if you take a look right here, I got my fan on. It's a little toasty in here, okay? When you have a rational, not radical, rational expression, you basically have a polynomial over a polynomial, okay? And in order for us to simplify it, we have to reduce it by factoring. All right, so last time, which was yesterday, we were working on multiplying. But in order for us to multiply what remains, we have to factor things through. So let's do a quick review. So then we have our 16c cubed. Okay, so this might be something that some people are currently on, or maybe they're doing some other things. Hey, L-Dub, how are you? Hello, Wilma. Hello, Beckhams. How are you? Welcome on in, everyone else. It's like 282 and climbing. All right, so we are going to break down before we multiply. So I know a lot of people would say, well, you got a fraction. Why not multiply straight across and then reduce? You can do that as well, okay? So if you want to, you could multiply straight across. So that means you have to multiply the 5 and the 16. So that will give you your 80. Then you have to multiply your 8 and your 15, and that will give you 120. So now you have 80 over 120. And you can actually break that down because since both of them end in zeros, you can actually look at it as 8 over 12. Okay? And then from there, you can break down. Now, let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So, as I said, you can multiply the numbers together. Okay? Not a problem. So, I'm going to put one way over here, and I'm going to put another way over there, okay? We all got options. So if we want to multiply first, and the reason why I can multiply first is we basically have binomials. Almost forgot what they were called. You can tell I've been doing too much math today, all right? So we have binomials here. We don't have any separation of plus or minus sign. So that's why it's so easy for us on this particular problem that we can multiply straight across. So we have our 80. Now, when we multiply, we add the exponents, but they have to have the same base. So right now, we have an A, we have B cubed, and we have C to the third power. So that's going to take care of our numerator. So now, if I want to look at my denominator, I'm going to multiply my 8 and my 15, just like I mentioned earlier. So that gives me my 120. Then again, we're going to combine any like terms. Well, that's a C squared, that's an A squared, and that's a B. All right, so let me write it in alphabetical order. And believe it or not, these are my initials, minus the exponents. Yep, I'm one of those crazy people that has initials ABC. All right. So now, as I mentioned, we can simplify by getting rid of our zeros. Okay? We don't have to worry about reducing 80 over 120. Since they both end in 0, you can simplify it by tens. So now what you have is 8 over 12. Okay? Now, if we want, we can take care of our variables right now and then take care of the remainder. Or we can take care of this now. What does 8 and 12 have in common? Okay. All right. Hey. Ali, how are you? All right. 8 and 12, what they have in common. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Two Scoops. How are you? Candace, how are you? African Queen, yes. L-Dub, there you go. We can reduce it by 4. All right. So now 8 divided by 4, that gives me 2. 12 divided by 4, that gives me 3. So now we got 2/3. So basically the coefficients, they're taken care of now. Now let's tackle our variables. So I have 1a in the numerator and I have 2 a's in the denominator. So if I want, I could subtract them, or I can think of it this way. I have a here, and then underneath I have a times a. Okay? In my numerator, I have b times b times b, as well as c times c times c. In the denominator, I have 1b, and I have 2 c's, because c squared is c times c. C cubed is c times c times c. Okay? C, all right? So this is what's actually happening. Because sometimes I think people get so caught up with when you're dividing, you're subtracting the exponents. And some people just need to learn why. Okay? Why is that? So if we can divide, we have 1a in the numerator, we have 2 in the denominators. But if I do a divided by a, that will give me a 1. Same thing with the b's. If I do b divided by b, that will give me a 1. And then with the c's, c divided by c, oh, I can do that twice. So now I can see what's left over. So we have 2/3, or 2 over 3. 2 is my numerator, 3 is my denominator. Then I have 1a left in the denominator right here. I have 2 b's left in the numerator, as well as 1c left in the numerator. So that means since I have 2 b's left in the numerator, that'll be b squared. And 1c left, that will be c. Okay? Now, if I wanted to, I could say 1 minus 2, which gives me a -1. So that means your a needs to drop down in the denominator. I could say b cubed divided by b is 3 minus 1, which gives me b to the second. And that b to the second is going to stay in the numerator. Boom, that's what we got right here. Then we have c to the third divided by c squared. So that's 3 minus 2, which gives me 1. And where's that 1? It's left in the numerator. All right. Okay. Good, Ali. Good. You want my Cash App, or do I have to get your, or you're sending me your Cash App? It should be the other way around. No limit. You talk about no limit, you should be asking me for my Cash App. Right. I know, Ali. Good. All right. So, taking a look at this. People are funny, right? You you gonna come on my live talking about here's my Cash App. Reverse that. Heck yeah. All right. So that's by multiplying first and then simplifying. Now, if we want, we can actually simplify first and then multiply. So let's take a look at our original. All right, so I'm going to just write simplify so I can carry everything over here. Simplify. All right, so now let's take a look. When I say simplify, I mean cross simplify. So I notice that I have a 5 and a 15. 5 in the numerator, 15 in the denominator. They both have 5 in common. So 5 divided by 5 gives me 1, and 15 divided by 5 gives me 3. I also notice here with my 8 and my 16. So 8 and 16, they both have 8 in common. So that means 8 divided by 8, that's going to be 1, and 16 divided by 8, that's going to be a 2. So now we can kind of see that we have that 2/3, because 1 times 2 and 1 times 3, no insult to you guys, will give me 2/3. So now we can cross simplify. There's one A here. There's 2 A's down here. I can get rid of this A and just cross out the 2's and leave the 1A in the denominator. There's 3 B's up here. There's 1 B down there. That means I can cancel out this B, change this 3 to a 2. Because I know I got 1's to cancel out. Then there is 3 C's here and there's 2 C's there. So these C's are gone. And then we only got 1 C left. So if we want to clean this all up, we're simply going to say our 2 over 3. And what remains in the numerator is my B squared, C. And what remains in the denominator is my A. And if you notice, you get the same answers. Oops. Shrink it in there so you can see. Okay, so you're going to get the same answer no matter what. So you kind of have a choice. Either you can multiply, only when you have binomials. This is where it works best. I'm going to show you another one in a second. But if you can multiply, then simplify, or simplify, then multiply. All right. Okay, good. Hey, Danny. Oh, I'm glad you need this. All right. Jazz is like, I need this. All right. So let's see. Let's see if there was any other comments other than people are funny. You guys are so funny. They're on the same paper. Not really. Because last time I think we saw each other, we were simplifying. Yes, Jordan. Thank you. Hello, Cheryl. Lovely to meet you. All right. So the next one, I'm going to up it majorly. But you'll be okay. I'm here to support. For those that are new to my lives, one, welcome in. I know it's a Sunday night and you're just probably like, I don't even want to think about my homework. Or if you're a teacher, I don't want to think about my lesson plan. And you probably looked at your calendar like 4 or 5 times like, when's this year over? Because that's usually what happens around this time of year. And we're already feeling pretty good with daylight savings time, but having an extra hour would feel mighty nice right about now, but an extra hour doing whatever I want to do. And then, of course, tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo, so I don't know what's going to be happening. All right. There you go. Okay. So, you're probably like, girl, you still writing? Yes. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so you have math 115. Okay. I don't know which one that is. I feel like every state has like their own thing. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Oh, really? Oh, cool. You know me, I just keep on going. Yes, we're going to be factoring. So, not only are we going to factor the numerator and the denominator of the first, we're also going to factor the numerator and denominator of the second ratio. The reason why I'm saying that is my highest exponent is a square. I have a trinomial up here, a binomial right here. Trinomial and a trinomial. So, for those that are new, I like to take it step by step. If I feel like, man, this girl's all right, but she's slowing me down, this is how I go. I try to make math as easygoing and non-threatening as possible. If you feel like I'm going too slow, that's fine. You can scroll on. I will still love and appreciate you, but this is how we do, okay? All right. Okay, so you need to get 145 up, that GED. Yes, girl. Now, here's the thing. Remember, the GED test, all the points are not equal. There's going to be some things that's a 4-point question, and there's going to be some things that's a 1-point question. So if you want, I did go over a couple of the 4-point questions, and I did record it. And if you go to my YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe there. It's a free subscription. I don't do that paid stuff. I ain't popular yet. Okay, so you got Audrey Codner, ACG Math Tutoring. If you go to YouTube, all of my lives that I do here on TikTok is on YouTube. So they're uncut. You can go ahead and just watch to your little heart's content. All right, so take a look because I did do something for GED and the 4-point questions. So if you go for those, I'm telling you, go for those and you understand most of the basic arithmetic and you try to get 3 or 4 of those 4-point questions, which is graphing the equation line, knowing what an equation line is, slope, point slope, and system of equations. If you can get at least 2 or 3 of those down pat and then get all your easier math, you're going to pass it. Okay? Hands down. All right. So let's take a look at this. So I'm going to look at the numerator. So my leading coefficient is 1. Okay? My highest degree is 2. So that means I need 2 products. I need 2 parentheses. Okay? So this is just for the numerator. When my leading coefficient is 1, I can split my x's. So there's going to be 1x in one parenthesis and 1x in the other. Now, the hardest part of factoring is knowing your multiplication. So I know I'm going to need what 2 numbers multiplied together will give me a -6 and add together to give me my middle term, which is a -1. That's the hardest part. So what 2 numbers multiplied together will give me a -6 and add together to give me a -1. Oh, good, Jordan. I like that. All right, so Lisa and L-Dub are both saying -3 and 2. Do we agree? Do we agree? Thank you, Les, for the rose. I appreciate that. Okay. Do we agree? You can say yes, no. Is it Miss Natasha? Okay. Yes, Michelle. Good. Laura Gilly, yes, twin. Jenny, yes. Ali, yes. VIP, yes. Okay, good. Love the spelling of your name. It's beautiful. All right. So, yes, we agree. So the answers, well, for this, we have 3 times 2 gives me 6, but we need 1 to be a -6. So we're going to make this a -3 because -3 times 2 gives me -6. And -3 plus 2 gives me -1. So these two numbers that we got, we're going to put inside our parenthesis. It doesn't matter which one goes in which, as long as the proper signage is being represented. So -3 minus 3, a +2 plus 2. All right? So that's our numerator. Okay, make sure, Jordan, that the 3 is negative and the 2 is positive. Okay, because we're looking for a -1. All right. What do we notice about the denominator here? So let me cover this up. I'm a huge advocate of let me focus my attention on one thing at a time. All right. Okay. Yes, you can square it. All right. Good. So they are what's called a difference because there's a minus sign. This is a difference of squares. So again, my leading coefficient, if I don't see anything, it's a 1. So I'm going to split my two x's. So we got an x here and an x there. So now, square root of 16. Okay, square root of 16. Well, thanks, Danny. What is the square root of 16? Official K is telling me 4. Danny's 4. Jenny's 4. Okay? Because 4 times 4 will give me the 16. But since we're looking for a -16, that means, yes, Viking, you're correct as well with 4. That means one has to be a +4, the other one has to be a -4. Okay? Yes, plus minus. Thank you, user. There you go. Is it Hatilla? I think it is. Hey, Cookie. All right. Okay, so we basically have this side already broken down with their factored cousins. Okay? So, now that we got that situated, let's go to the other side. So I'm going to cover up this side. And now we're going to look at this side. So again, let's kill the overwhelm. I'm going to cover up the denominator. Well, that's going to be very interesting because I'm going to need this paper. Actually, let me cover up the numerator. I think that might be a little bit better. So let me cover up the numerator so I can get the denominator. All right. So my leading coefficient, we have x squared plus 4x plus 4. My leading coefficient is 1. So right away, I'm going to split my x's. X and x. Now, hardest part. What two numbers multiply together will give you 4 and add together to give you 4? All right, so Michelle was saying 2 and 2. Attila saying 2. Cookie 2. The Viking 2. Jenny 2. 2. Caden 2. Hey, Caden. Haven't seen you in a minute. Kelly M 2 2. Lulu 2 2. In 5 minutes. Let's play, baby. No. I read you math. Sorry. Hey, Pog. Dos idos. Love it. All right. So 2 times 2. Okay. So that means we got a +2 and a +2. Because 2 times 2 gives me 4. 2 plus 2 also gives me 4. So now let's work on the numerator. So I'm going to give you this moment. This time to shine in this moment. All right. Tell me what my two parentheses. Yeah, probably. Probably, Danny. But sometimes it's like when I kill them with kindness, they're just like, and we're out. It's very interesting when all of a sudden it gets flooded by over 1,000 people. I'm like, whoa, hi. How you doing? Everybody wants to do it. So tell me what my parentheses are. Like actually write out my two factors. I know, right? This is so classic. Yeah, right. If you only knew. No, I was taking college algebra. I know. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I was a late bloomer to all this. I was too busy dancing and lip singing and doing like what everybody else was doing. All right. So Jeanette's saying, oh, hello, Jeanette. So x plus 4, x plus 3. I teach love. I love that. X plus 3, x plus 4. You got the 3 and 4. Hello, Dave. So x plus 3, x plus 4. Extra TZ. Izzy. When I was 16. I don't know. I'm 52, so I don't know. We might have been in the same class. Okay, and you can do the X method. We could. College. This is like 8th grade math. You know, hey. But see, my thing is, some of us have different pathways. All right, I love this. Good job, guys. So we got our plus 3, and we have our plus 4. Okay, because 3 times 4 gives me 12, and 3 plus 4 gives me 7. All right, so here's the thing. We all learn differently. I'm going to keep saying this each and every live. Like I mentioned earlier, if you feel that this thing is way too easy, go ahead. I am not keeping you here. I'm really not, you know? And if you're intimidated by math, let's try it. Let me see, just let me walk you through it and see how you feel at the end. Okay? Yeah? Cool. All right. All love being, since I did this, 8th grade math, geez. Doing long division. Yeah. And a lot of people don't do long division because this came into the classroom. I know. All right. So now, this is the best part. This is when we get all kinds of Squid Gamed right here. Let the games begin. And the reason why I say that is now we can take a look, play the matching game. It has to be in the numerator and in the denominator in order for them to cancel out. So what can we cancel out? Give me. Surprising to me. Oh, that's fine. Yes. Okay. With ACT prep, of course. All right, so yes, let's get these factors done. All right, so is it Anna saying x plus 2? So we got x plus 2 here, we got x plus 2 here. All right, and then who else? X minus 2. I don't have a minus 2. What else can we say? I think someone said 4s? Yes. We got x plus 4. X plus 4 is done. X plus 4 is gone. All right. Anything else we can cancel out. All right. Anything else. Now, there was 1 x plus 2 in the numerator. We canceled out with 1 x plus 2 in the denominator. This is not a 2-for-1 type thing, okay? So, oh, there's 2 of them. Let me just cancel out. No, it's a pairing, okay? All right, you definitely want to do some kind of pairing. So now we don't have anything else to cancel out. And that's perfectly fine because we're just going to rewrite what we have left. Let me see if I can get my music back. I don't know. Everybody's doing ads. So we have x minus 3 in the numerator. We have x plus 3. So since they're different signs, we can't say x minus 3 squared or x plus 3 squared. 2 different signs. Can't do that. So divided by x minus 4 and x plus 2. And you can leave them as a factored form. Okay? Don't waste too much time trying to put it back into any. No. Because usually this is what happens. Sometimes a lot of people take this information to help them with their GED, to help them with their Accuplacer, to help them with ASVAT. Some people are using to help them with T's. I'm starting to get a few people that need extra assistance with that. And when they do this, I always say the way that you take those type of assessments is different how you take a test in a regular classroom. Your teacher wants to see all your notes. When you're taking these assessments, you're being tested based off of time too. So when you do some working out and you notice some cross-outs, go to your answers. Look to see which one it could be. If none of them, if they say 2 out of the 3 had like x minus 3 squared, then you cross that out. Okay? You cross that out. So you always want to do process of elimination when it comes to those type of assessments. All right? The quicker that you get things, the better it's going to be that you can take that extra time to put it towards like some maybe harder problems. Okay? So once you get the answer, click, bubble, whatever, and move on. Okay? Don't just linger like, look, I got a question right. We ain't got time. Okay? Circle and move on. All right? Okay, so that was our review of multiplying rational expressions. Okay? How we're doing. We are going to be doing more squirrel, but we're going to do something with a little twist, dividing rational expressions. How do you find domain and range? Well, your domain, that's your denominator. Set your denominator equal to 0. Okay? Whatever number you come up with, that's where they cannot equal. Okay? Anything else except for that. Okay? All right. So now, let's work on dividing. So, back in many moons ago, when you're subtracting polynomials, okay, there was this phase called, all right, guys, I'm not challenging anybody. There's going to be no co-hosts. Okay, I mentioned this phrase called KFC, but this time it's going to be KCF. KCF simply means keep, change, flip. Okay? So when you're dividing, you want to do keep, change, flip. Okay. Let me tell you. I don't know who keeps popping in like, I want a co-host. I want a co-host. Guess what? You're not. Let it go. All right. Now, we're still going to be looking at the principles of multiplying or simplifying rational functions. All right? So, let me just show you through example. I think that'll be so much easier for everyone. So, we have n plus 1 over n plus 3 divided by 2n plus 2 over n plus 4. Okay. Yep. Keep, change, flip. Yes. Hey, Abby. All right. So now, what we're going to do, anytime, always take a moment to look in between your ratios. Okay? When you notice there's a multiplication sign, you're just going to simplify, multiply, or multiply and simplify. But right now, we're doing division. So we're going to keep this first ratio. We're going to change that division to multiplication. And we're going to flip that second ratio. Okay? So if I write it out, it's going to be n plus 1 over n plus 3. Change it to multiplication. And then it's going to be n plus 4 over 2n plus 2. But there's something about 2n plus 2 that we can do. Okay? What do we got to do with this 2n plus 2? Kind of try to save a little space. Yes. Nice. Oh, thanks for the follow. Yes, we want to factor out the 2. Okay? So if we factor out the 2, what's going to remain inside the parenthesis? So I'm looking at 2n plus 2. If I factor out a 2, what's going to remain inside the parenthesis? Okay, give me the whole expression. Okay, the whole entire expression. So I have one person with n plus a bracket, n plus 1. Okay, you meant 1. All right, good. We have n plus 1, n plus 1, n plus 1, n plus 1. We got Kim, we got Ingrid, we got Vanna, we got Landon. We got that, yes. And Teresa even gave me the whole thing. Connie gave me the whole thing. Dave, yes. Wayne, yes. Aaron, yes. Hello, Chris. Yes. All right. So we have our n plus 1. So now this looks like what we were just doing, right? So now it's time for Squid Games. Who's getting off? Boom. N plus 1, n plus 1. Okay? Nothing else. Couldn't stay away. It's an addiction. All right? So now, let me put my answer over here just to save some room. The only thing that's left in the numerator is my n plus 4 over what's left in my denominator is a whole number of 2 and an expression n plus 3. Now, I know for a fact some of you guys are itching to say, all right, let me cancel out the 4s. No. No. All right? Feel like with the dog with the spray bottle. No. All right? The reason why you can't is because n plus 4, that's an expression. All right? It's like you and your boo, to death to your part. That's it. This is your relationship for life. All right? No one can break that relationship. Okay? No even side chick number 2 or even side person n plus 3. They ain't, that secret one, that download, So no matter what, it can't be broken down. All right? So if it was just the 4 in the numerator, yes. Yes. Do the 4 and the 2 if it was just the 4 in the numerator. Okay? But since it's n plus 4, you cannot touch it. Okay? I am not about to do MC Hammer, even though it is ringing in my head. So this is your final answer in factored form. All right? Where'd you get the 1? Oh, since I'm factoring out a 2, 2 divided by 2 gives me, or 2n divided by 2 gives me n, and 2 divided by 2 gives me 1. Okay, so that's where the 1 came from, Jordan. All right. Everyone else okay? Yes. Good. Okay, so 2n plus 3 is n plus 3 plus n plus 3. I mean, you could, but you don't have to. Okay? plus, yeah. All right. Okay, let's try another one. Let's do another one. All right, let's step it up just a hair. So if we have m squared. Trying to read and write and try not to have the fan blow everything to schmizereens, like in the story with 3 little pigs. Okay. And then we have m plus 2 over m plus 1. Okay, not a problem. What is n? N is a variable. N could be any number so far that we know of. It could be a positive number, it could be a negative number, it could be a whole number, it could be a counting number, it could be a rational number. Yeah. Okay, so n is my variable. Yes, Lisa, here we go. All right, so just like with multiplication, okay, we can do one of 2 ways. We can either do the KFC and then simplify, or we can simplify, then do the KCF. Sorry, I'm slightly hungry. Then KCF, okay? Yep, so we can simplify. Yes, Manuel, yes, we are. So if we simplify, we could break this down because this section we're actually going to keep. Remember, we're going to keep, change, flip. So since we're going to keep this ratio anyway, why not factor it? My leading coefficient is 1. That means I can split my variables up. So there's an m there, and there's an m there. And then we have to ask ourselves, what 2 numbers multiplied together will give me a 2 and add together to give me a 3? All right, so just in case multiplication is not your jam, okay, I got you. So in the back of my book, we're looking for 2 numbers multiplied together to give me 2. The only factors I can get with 2 is 1 and 2. All right, so in order for me to get a 3, that means I have to add the 1 and the 2. And both of them are going to be positive because positive 2 plus positive 1 gives me a positive 3. And the 4, that's the denominator, comes on down. So yes, you can have a single digit in the denominator when it comes to dividing rational expressions. But now we got to we still kept it even though we simplified it, but it's still kept. It still has that true value. Now we're changing from division to multiplication. And now we're going to flip the second ratio. So that means that m plus 1 is going to be my numerator. And the m plus 2 is going to be my denominator. Okay, how are we feeling? Yes, he is. Yes, is right. Yep. I love watching this. Oh, well, thank you. Who's this? Sweaty Betty? All right. Thank you. All right. So, let's cancel out. What's getting taken off? What's getting squid gamed? Who broke the cookie? Who destroyed the umbrella? All right. Yes. So we have m plus 2, m plus 2. Now, here's the thing. Ooh, there's an m plus 1 and there's an m plus 1. Can I just cancel those out? Why did I get so excited for a second there? Got real excited. All right, m plus 1, m plus 1. Can I cancel them out? Whoa. Oh, all right. Everyone's yelling at me. Why? Okay. Why not? They're both the same numbers, same sign, same everything. Why not? I was like, no. And Sarah's telling me m plus 1 squared. I'm like, wait, what? Yes, good. All right. They're in the same numerator. In order for them to cancel out, one has to be in the numerator and one has to be in the denominator in order for them to cancel out. Okay, so since that is not happening, we can just go ahead and write our final answers. So what's left is m plus 1 times m plus 1. And just like Sarah said, we could say m plus 1 squared. Because remember, this is multiplication in the numerator. Okay, that's multiplication. And what's left is the 4. Now, would you be wrong if you left your answer as m plus 1 times m plus 1? Probably not. But it's also good for you to know that this means exactly the same thing. Again, so if you see in your answer choice, all of a sudden you see an m plus 1 squared and you're like, wait, I don't get that. That's what m plus 1 times m plus 1 means. Okay? Since they're exactly the same, they're basically being squared. All right? Okay? So, Julian, we're not solving. We are simplifying. Okay? Right? Okay? So, Julian, we're not solving. We are simplifying. Okay? We're simple. There's no, I know I put an equal sign in there. I really should put it as an arrow to say this is the summarization. Okay? So I think I'm probably throwing you off by putting an equal sign there. And I do apologize. All right? Okay. Yes, simplifying. So if your original equation had like an equals, yeah, that's going to be solving. But when you don't see an equals, you're simplifying. All right. Thank you for the follows, guys, and the likes. I appreciate it. Go ahead and tap away. Tippity tap, tap, tap. All right. So let's go for a couple more. And I'm going to clip this down for a second because this is slightly annoying. Yeah, I'm not ready to turn the air conditioner on yet. It's not that hot. All right, let's try this one. So we have 3k over k plus 1 divided by k minus 2. Ooh, what's going on here? What's going on here? Yes. Good. Off? What's off? Okay. Okay. Casey. There you go. Yes. So, we want to invert. Good, Bobby. Good job. All right. So, if we keep the first ratio, we're going to flip that from division to multiplication. Change. I'm even doing my own thing. Change. And then you're going to flip But it is, what is his name? Hey, Michael, how are you? I want to say Wadi problem. I don't know. Wadi problem? He said put k minus 2 over 1. Okay? Anytime you try to divide, you might want to put it over 1 so you can flip. Okay? So it's not going to be nothing on the top. It's actually going to be a 1. So when you have this, we have our 3k over k plus 1, change division to multiplication, and then when you flip it, it's going to be 1 over k minus 2. Do we have anything to break down? Are you calling me a chicken, Michael? What is going on? No, we don't. Thank you. Who decided it should be divided by k minus 2? What do you mean, who decided? Oh, you're hungry. All right. All right. So now, multiply everything straight across. Anything multiplied by 1 is itself. And then you have your two products. You have your k plus 1 and your k minus 2. And that's going to be your answer. You cannot factor out the k's because those k's is with the k minus 2 or the k plus 1. Okay? You cannot cross it out with the k that's in the numerator. Yep, nothing cancels out. Everything's nice and simple. Okay. So this is actually really... Yes. Oh, no problem, Sage. Yeah, let's do something fun. All right. Yep. Because we're multiplying. Okay. All right. So let's try another one. All right, so I want you to try your best at this one. And then what you're going to do, you're going to hold your answer for like a minute 15. Okay, so give this a try. Hold your answer for about a minute 15. Okay, this is called dividing rational expressions. Okay, no problem. No problem, all. Okay, hold it for at least another minute. Good, just hold it. Almost there. Okay, no problem. All right, show me your answer. And remember, question marks are answers. So if you're just like, yeah, I don't get it, you can put a question mark as well. Okay, I just want to see your final answers. Okay. So we got that square. Good, fun. We got 18's got some question marks. Okay, thank you for your honesty, Rachel. I appreciate it. Okay, Bobby is saying 18m plus 60. Michael. Michael. Roman numerals. We do need to bring Roman numerals back, believe it or not. That would be really cool. Hell, I have my friend doing abacus. Maybe I might meet someone that will bring Roman numerals back. Oh. What happened there? Okay. Good. Thank you for your honesty, Manuel. Good. L. Good. Soul. Good. Ben saying 6. A master's next week. Oh, congrats. I've like this 5 years. Right. Don't remember how to, and that's fine. We just come here, break stuff down, looking at certain concepts. Yeah, it's bringing the fun back to class. Good. Congrats. Never good at this, but interested. All right, Sharon, that's fine. We're going to work on this stuff, breaking it down step by step. Started yours in August? Yes. All right, so here we go. So I'm kind of looking at my keep. Okay, we're going to change that division to multiplication, and then we're going to flip. So this first ratio, let me cover it up so we can focus our attention on one thing at a time. I notice right here, my numerator, I could factor something out, right? What can I factor out? Yep. So K means keep. So we're going to keep the ratio exactly it is. Okay? C means we're going to change it from division to multiplication. And the F means flip. That means we're going to, whatever was my denominator is now going to be my numerator. Whatever was my numerator is now going to be my denominator. Believe it or not, Roy, I don't know where you're located, but I actually had a student said that they had to do an algebraic problem. Listen to this. To help with a, not an accountant firm, just to be a secretary. Just to be a secretary of like some kind of like nonprofit. They had him do an algebra problem as part of his interview. I don't know. Things are getting crazy. All right, so factoring out of 3. So I guess some people are listening to my lives or something, but I don't know. Okay, so if we factor out of 3, 3m divided by 3 will give me my m. Negative 15 divided by 3 will give me negative 5. And the denominator is going to stay exactly the same as m plus 4. So as I said, we're going to change that division sign to a multiplication sign. So now let's focus on the other ratio. We have our m minus 5, but since we're flipping it, that's going to be in our denominator. But for the numerator, the new numerator is going to be 6m plus 24. But they have 6 in common. So I'm going to pull that 6 out. So 6m divided by 6 gives me m. And a positive 24 divided by 6 gives me 4. Okay. All right. So you see, Soul? Good. I feel like I'm rapping here. Right? Yup. And yup, some of the county jobs do too as well. Yup. They're starting to add. And even if you're trying to be an apprentice, like an electrician apprentice or a plumber apprentice, they have you doing algebra just to get in. I know. It's almost like, survival of the fittest type thing. Like Lord of the Flies and stuff. Can you take the derivative? All right. So anyway. So going back to Squid Games, what can cancel out? With the boxes? Yes. Okay. So now, what can cancel out? What we got? Okay. Good. So we have m minus 5. One's in the numerator, one's in the denominator. Yep. The m plus 4. M plus 4 is gone. M plus 4 is gone. So it looks like the only things that's left over is the 3 and the 6. So last time I checked, 6 times 3, that gives me 18. Okay. Foil. What about foil, Bobby? So foiling is basically when you're going from a product to standard forms. Oh, thank you. Amazing. All over again? Yes, there you go. All right. So when you take it step by step, and I think sometimes people get so consumed, and I did see some messages earlier, like people want to take derivatives and all this other stuff, and yeah, if you did 1/2, and then you got to tell them why, and it gets to the point where that's the type of talk that throws people off and makes them want to shut down, and that's why I didn't respond to them. So if you're still here, that's the reason why I didn't respond to you. I really want to talk to the people that are, if I may, fearful of math, kind of, right? Or haven't seen math in a while, and you just want to have a small introduction, right? Someone that's going to break it down to you step by step, not going to throw all this crazy math lingo, put it in terms that you can associate, because you guys know how relationships go. So that's why sometimes I make association with relationships, make association with food. Sorry, KFC. Okay. Making association with, things that you understand, because then it sticks better. So that's why I keep saying everyone learns differently. And if it's just too slow for you and you want to go somewhere else, I'm not holding you accountable. You can scroll. It's okay. If you were following me and you're like, you know what? I don't like her. You can unfollow. You have that freedom. Congratulations. All right. So that's the reason why I come on here. Okay. Thank you, Manuel. I try. So I try to hit on those things that, one, you're like, oh, I think I get this. It's not as hard as it looks. And that's what I'm trying to get at. Okay? All right. So I am going to do possibly 2 more, because I know Michael is usually saying, do another. And I'm like, okay. So let's see if I could do 2 more. I'm going to leave you guys alone with it, though. All right. So let's try Okay, let's try this one. Why not? Let's get somewhat simplistic. Let's do this one, and then the next one will be a little bit harder. Okay, let's build up that courage. And if you're getting answers wrong, it's okay. It's all right. All right, it's okay. We just got to learn from our mistakes and move forward. All right? Not a problem, Leslie. Not a problem. Well, thank you, Roy. I try. This is more like an Algebra 2. So this will be helpful for those that are taking like ACT or SAT. But the components of factoring is a good practice, especially for the GED, the active placer, the ASMAT. Those are those higher end, harder questions. So it's good to have this as a practice. Okay. All right. I don't want to fierce on. All right. Well, thank you, Soul. Appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, I take pride in my pace. But everyone has choice, right? I appreciate those that fought in order for me to have choice. I don't know how much longer I have choice, but until they shut me down, I'm going to keep trying. That's all I can do, right? Okay. Algebra 1, this is a little bit about Algebra 2. But the factoring piece in there is definitely Algebra 1. Okay. Ooh, good question. Any denominator? So if it doesn't, remember what we did. Where is it? What we did right here. Remember this problem right here, what we did? There you go. Okay, yes. So that's what we want to do when they don't give you a denominator. Yes. UB 303. You can do that. Almost caught me. I don't think I said hi to you, Melody. I'm so sorry. Melody Ann, how are you? Okay. If you haven't put your answers up, go ahead and put your answers up. Okay. Remember, question marks is also an answer that's acceptable. Oh, not a problem. Well, thank you. Not a problem. Yeah, and after I do this problem, I'm going to ask you guys a question while I'm setting up the next one. Because there was a thought that popped in my head earlier today that I was like, ooh, this might help people if they want it. Okay. All right. Doing your best. I love that. Thank you for your honesty with the question mark. Okay, so we got that. All right, L-Dub, I see you. Bobby, I see you. Thank you for the question mark as well. Cookie, I see you. Michael, I see you. Okay. Oh, you see what happened? Okay. All right. So let's take a look. All right. First things first. Let's put this over 1. So we're going to keep. We're going to change and we're going to flip. Since we're keeping this, my numerator, we have a 5 in common. So my numerator is 5 parenthesis b plus 2. and it's all over b plus 5. Okay? So since we're going to keep it the way it is, all I had to do was simplify the numerator. So 5 and 10, they both have 5 in common. In order for me to get the 2, I took the 10 divided by what's called the GCF. 10 divided by 5 gives me 2. Change my division to multiplication. When I do that, I need to flip the fraction. So that means I'm going to have 1 over b plus 2. Okay. All right, there we go, Michael. Trying to remember which I can combine. Bobby, what do you mean? Trying to remember which I can combine? Heavy D, how are you? Okay. So we can cancel out b plus 2 and b plus 2 because we have the same exact expression. One's in the numerator and one's in the denominator. Once we simplify, we multiply. So 5 times 1, that'll give me 5. And b plus 5 times 1, basically, is b plus 5. And we cannot cancel out the 5s, okay? This 5 is a whole number. This 5 is a part of an expression. If it was just 5 divided by 5, yes, your answer would be 1. But because it is that b and that plus sign down with this 5 in the denominator, I cannot touch it. Okay? I want to say they're not like terms. That's what I want to say. But I'm trying to put it in plain English. But not. Okay, good. All right, cool. All right, so before I get started on the next question, I really want to get your feedback. Yes, Bobby, we are going to have another one. Are you and Michael related? Is this what I do to you guys? Feed us more knowledge. I love it. All right. All right. Maybe 2. Well, I don't know. So I was thinking today, as I'm writing, let's do this. I was thinking that a lot of people are starting to go into, say, community college, like they're trying to get their degrees. And what I'm hearing from people is that the process is really fast. So it's like, especially those that haven't been in school for a minute, and then you're going back in, and all of a sudden the pace of it is just unbelievable. So I was thinking, because this is what I do instead of sleeping, is maybe I can, during the summer, and be realistic, get about 3 months, because really that's what people need. 3 months to get people ready to, 1, take the Accuplacer, so to see if they can test out of some of the basic math courses and just get people ready for that next step. I mean, I'm a certified teacher. Just because I'm not teaching in the classroom doesn't mean I didn't keep my certification. I know the concepts. Hell, you're here. It's almost 10 o'clock at night, Eastern Standard Time, and you're learning math. So I'm wondering, like, would that sound like something that people want to be involved with? Yes, I am still writing. Yes, I know. She's like, is she still writing? Yes. Okay. Classes for math are 8 to 12 weeks long, and it's not enough time. No, it's not, Sol, and that's why. That's why I was thinking, like, literally, I'm just going to take like an hour and a half of your time a day, like Monday through Thursday. Take off, like, say, the week of, well, if you're in the States, take off the week of 4th of July, because you know, you're going to be traveling, you're going to be doing stuff. And take off the week, either the second to the last week of August before kids go back, because you guys got to shop for school supplies and all this other stuff. So you need time to do that. And then, you know, possibly, you know, change your times, but something to get you guys ready and for you to ask questions and to have it at a pace that is manageable, but yet still demanding. So that's what I'm just thinking. Wrong. Why I failed. So Mariah, so what do you mean? Adding or subtract? Like adding, subtracting, positive and negative numbers, or multiplying and dividing? Positive and negative numbers. Go back to get my second bachelor's. Yes. In cyber? Okay, cool. Do you have a live schedule? I do. Yes, so I finally got myself situated. So Monday through Thursday, I go live at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Friday, I'm at, and actually it's like if you go to my profile, it's like the very first post that's pinned. And on Friday, I'm at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All this is Eastern Standard Time. And then Saturdays, Sundays, I decided on 8:30. So that's when I go live. We are doing both, actually. We're going to be factoring and simplifying. Man, and Summer Slide. Yeah, Summer Slide is so brutal. There's so many times, like, I do teach beginner algebra. Yes, I do. Yeah, I am. Are you stalking me? Yep. I don't want to say I'm high up in Philly because that's being conceited, but, you know. Yeah. Oh, you do? Where are you at? What high school did you go to? That's how I can tell. Yeah, my school's closed down. Oh, you went to Northeast? Oh, I went to Cardinal Doherty. All right, well, thank you, Bobby. Appreciate it. Too many numbers? Now, remember Soul. Okay? Anytime they give you something funky like this, you cover up. I didn't want to cover up in the beginning because I know people are probably trying to copy down. But if you're on your own paper, get something to cover it up. Preferably not like an electric bill or anything like that, because they'll just make you depressed. You're like, oh my God, I got to pay that bill. So just regular piece of paper will work. You know, just cover up the one side so you can focus on one side at a time. Okay, since I'm reusing my paper, sometimes I will actually do the work on that one side. And then when it's time for me to switch, I will do the work to the other side. Yeah, sometimes I do that. But one step at a time, one ratio at a time. Okay, all right. Oh, you are? Good. So you're going to be awesome at it. Well, I try. Thanks. If you ever get sick and tired of me calling your name Banks, just let me know. She's like, that's why I come back. All right, let's see how you guys did. Aw, thank you. Love you too. Your brain smoking. Hey, no problem, Soul. Not a problem. there's going to be some components of pre-calculus that you're going to miss. Now, everyone loves the entertainment of AP Calc, but you're going to have to take pre-calculus unless you can test out of it, unless that's what they're trying to do. Okay? And plus, the pace is so much faster. But if that's your jam, do it. Do it. Give it a try. Because now there's an AP pre-calculus. Did you know that? Datu, did you know that there's a AP pre-calculus? So if you want to get AP credit, make sure your school, take a look at your school and see if they have an AP pre-calculus. Because that will still give you college credit. All right. Ready to show your answers? Okay. Thank you so much for the follows. Okay. All right. So, we're going to factor. If you notice, all of them have a highest degree or an exponent of 2. Their leading coefficients for all 4 spots are 1s. So that means I can go ahead and split my x's. But remember, we're going to keep, change, flip. Okay. So since we're keeping, so here I go, so see how we're going to cover it up? We're going to keep that first ratio. Boom. Split our x's, so I'm working on the numerator. So now we need to think. What 2 numbers multiplied together will give me a negative 15 and add together to give me a positive 2? With built-in support? Good, Donald. With tutoring sessions? Well, that's good. Now, this is what I'm noticing here. I'm on the East Coast, so I'm in Maryland. And the people that generally are in the tutoring services in community colleges are also students, which is fine. But they have a slight arrogance about them, because this is what I keep hearing from a lot of my adult learners. They're just like, why don't you know this? What's up? So a lot of people don't go because of the scrutiny. So that's why sometimes they look for a private tutor. And I always say that, hey, you can do tutoring at your facility, but they say, the people are either the teacher is the one that they don't really get in, like very much. So, yeah. And I know, and then here's the other thing, Donald, if I may put my 2 cents in. They're getting rid of a lot of resources. Yeah, since we have our new El Presidente, they got rid of for Baltimore City, they got rid of all extracurricular resources like Head Start, they shut them down. What else? After school programs for students, even the after school help with some of the schools. Some of the schools are still doing it, but a lot of them, they were told to shut it down. So a lot of parents, not really the daycare, but the after school programs that some people would have their kids go to, shut them down. So, yeah. All right. So we have our 5 and we have 3. The 5 is going to be positive and the 3 is going to be negative. Because 5 times negative 3 gives me negative 15, and 5 plus negative 3 gives me 2. Same thing is happening with the denominator. Leading coefficient is 1, so go ahead and split your x's. What 2 numbers multiplied together will give me a negative 30 and add together to give me a negative 1? Okay. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Good. 5 and negative 6. Thank you, Precious. Michael, negative 6 and 5. Good. There you go. All right. Miss Homebody, good job. Negative 6 and 5. Love it. Yeah. So that's why a lot of people, especially in the community college, they do not use the tutoring service. It's almost like when I was a college athlete, if you ever needed to talk to somebody, everyone says, go see the sports psychiatrist. We're like, no one's going to go see the sports psychiatrist because then he's going to snitch to the coach saying that you visited him. Next thing you know, you're benched. So no one ever spoke to the sports psychiatrist. That's part of the reason why a lot of former athletes are screwed up, including myself. So now we're going to change that division to multiplication, and we're going to flip these. So I'm going to cover this side up for a second. So what's in the numerator is now going to be answered in the denominator. So since my leading coefficient is 1, I'm going to split my x's. And we need to think, what two numbers multiplied together will give me a negative 18 and add together to give me a negative 3? Yes. Okay. All right. Talk to me what's getting. Is it because of the multiplication or is it because of the keep change flip that's getting you? Hey Lisa, how are you? Hey Steph. Vivid. Okay. Tanya. I think I was, yeah. So Tanya, Melody, Soul, what's going on? Oh, good, Lisa, good. I don't understand how we're breaking down the numbers. Go to the multiplication. Okay. Tons got me confused at first. Okay. All right, so if I'm looking at negative 18, so I need to know what multiples of 18. So if I look at 18, I have 1 and 18, 2 and 9, and 3 and 6. And what we're looking for is what of those two, because since it's going to be a negative 18, if I subtract will give me a negative 3. So which of these three, the 1 and 18, the 2 and 9, or the 3 and 6, which one of those three, if I did subtraction, would give me an answer of 3? Okay. So Roy is giving me 3 and 6. A lot of other people are giving me 3 and 6. Okay. There you go. There you go, Melody. 3 and 6, 3 and 6. Okay. So when we're coming here, we have 3 on one and we have 6 in the other. But we're looking for a negative 18. So it has to be, one of them has to be negative. But if I combine them, will give me a negative 3. So if I make the 3 negative, I'm going to get a positive 3 because 6 minus 3 gives me a positive 3. We want a negative 3. So that's why the 6 is going to be negative and the 3 is going to be positive. Okay, good, Tanya. All right. So the same thing is happening with the old denominator that we're going to put in the numerator. My leading coefficients are 1. So I can go ahead and split my x's. So now I got negative 24 and negative 2. So what two numbers multiplied together will give me a negative 24 and add together to give me a negative 2? So let's take a look at 24. All right, so we got 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Which one of those, because one of them has to be negative, so that means we're doing subtraction. Which one combined or combination will give me a negative 2? Okay, good, Carol. Negative 6 and 4. Which is Salad, negative 6 and 4. Austin, negative 6 and 4. Steph, 6 and 4. Lisa, 6 and 4. Good. Negative 6, positive 4. Heavy D, good. Tanya, 4 and 6. Steph, negative 6. Okay, thank you. Soul, good. Negative 6 and 4. Okay. Bitcoin. Okay. All right. So we're looking at 6 and 4. So we have a 6, we have a 4. So in order for us to get a negative 3, that means my larger, in order for me to get a negative 2, there we go, that means my largest number has to be negative. Okay, so it is really getting to know that multiplication. Okay, really getting to know that multiplication. All right. So now, what can we cancel out? The fun part. What is the fun part? What can we cancel out? Okay, not a problem. All right, so Soul, good. We got x minus 6. Anything else we can cancel out? Chris is saying x plus 5. Okay, anything else? Oh, why does it keep timing out? Okay, so just x plus 5 and x minus 6. Good. All right, excellent. Good, Heavy D, good. So now what's left for the numerator? We have x minus 3 and x plus 4. For the denominator, we have our x plus 3 and x minus 6. We cannot cancel those out because the signs are not exactly the same. All right. Okay. On the same side. You could. Manuel, you could. I just want to cancel them out. So if you want to cancel these two out, you can do that. Yep. All right. Nice, Ryan. All right. How did you cancel the 2x plus 5s? Well, there was an x plus 5 in the numerator here, and there was an x plus 5 in the denominator there.
This message is brought to you by
Okay.
Apply for Apple Card in the Wallet app and start using it right away with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
So now I cannot cancel out x minus 3 and x minus 6. They're not the same. Only way to cancel them out if they're exactly the same. Okay, same sign, same everything. Okay. All right, so Ryan, so why can't you cancel the x plus 3 and the x minus 3? Because they're not exactly the same signs. Ryan, they have to be the same signs in order to cancel out. Yes, it's because they have different signs. We keep x minus 6 on the same side. It just so happened to be there, Sol. Yep, it just so happened to be there. Yep, because since it's in the denominator, it just stays there. All right. Minus 12. No. Heavy D. Stop. It's never going to be just multiply x times x and 3 times 4. No. You're either doing the distributive property. You really don't have to, but if you feel inclined, it's going to be your x times x plus x times 4 minus 3 times x minus 3 times 4. Okay? So you can't just multiply the first terms and the last terms. Nope. Remember, it's full. Okay? All right. All right, so we're okay? Fabulous. All right, so x can't equal -3 and 6, right? Yes, if you're doing your domain. I forgot who was asking me about domain earlier. If you're finding out your domain, it could be all real numbers except for -3 and +6. Yep. I know. May the 4th be with you. Cheesy. May the 4th be with you. Okay, in what math would you keep going with that answer? No math. That's it. That is the end of it. Done. Okay? No more. Okay? It's already factored. You got it down to the lowest term. Stop. Yes. Yes. Because everybody always wants to keep breaking it down. I'm like, and then you end up coming back to where you are. So it's like, so what was the point of you breaking it down? Right? All right. Did we used to have to keep going in the past? Not that I know of. I think it just seemed longer because everything was just longer back then. What's the schedule for the stream again? All right, so tomorrow I will be on at 9:30 p.m. So Monday through Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Saturday, Sunday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. All right? Not a problem. So, if you love, because I'm about to open that thing up, I just got a couple things to do left, and then I am actually going to be selling my notes. Like I said before, if you actually like the design of my notebook, I actually designed this. I got sick and tired of my kids being disorganized, so I just made a notebook to keep themselves together. If you do like the design of this, you can also just click on my picture and go to my website, ACG Math Tutoring, and I do have a link that says Ultimate Math Notebook, and that will take you directly to Amazon. I'm working on self-publishing because I noticed a lot of people were starting to boycott Amazon. So that's one. All of my lives, I'm actually having it on my YouTube channel. So give me a moment to download and upload this live. But all of my lives are on my YouTube channel. So if you ever need something, you just want, how can I do this? Take a quick look there. You can do that. If you can, just go ahead and subscribe. It's free. And if you feel so inclined, if you want to write a Google review on my abilities, you can do that as well. Just look up ACG Math Tutoring, and when you just do a Google search, and you can actually fill out that for me. Now, there's a couple other people and other services. So if you do need a math tutor, I basically tutor from 7th grade to adults. I'm starting to get a lot of people with the ASVAT and also GED. It's around that time of year, so that makes sense. I just mentioned about my math notebooks. I do have some courses. If you want something that's an on-demand course, I do have courses for the GED, Acuplacer, ASVAT, and also foundational skills. So if you have a student that's about to go into high school and they're a little concerned about their math and they want to do some practicing, they can do that as well. All right. Now, if you are thinking about being a nurse, and you need someone to help break down dosage calculations, go follow a blessed RN, okay? Follow her. She's amazing. If you want to have another person help you with the algebra, you can go to Impact Math 19 to Miss Taylor. Miss Taylor can break all these concepts down. She helps with the T-test, the ASVAT, and the GED, just like I do. But it's always good to have more than one resource to kind of help you with those exams. If you're looking for someone that does chemistry, Professor TK, she's amazing. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, she goes live in the morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then my friend Lynette, she has been doing so much work with the abacus. She's been teaching people, teens, young kids, even parents now, how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide using the abacus. So she does amazing work there. So she's really trying to modernize this art form. Okay, so definitely take a look at these 4 ladies here. Go ahead and follow them if this is of something of your interest. If I find someone else that's like, ooh, yeah, you guys really should be following this person as well, I will add them to my list. Okay, maybe there's someone that you guys know, so you never know, that could help you out. All right, how long is your tutoring, and is your price a one-time fee? It can be a one-time fee, yes. I usually go up to an hour. Sometimes it might go like a little 5, maybe 10 minutes over, but I try to shoot for up to an hour. So if Melody, if you need any assistance, go ahead and just message me, just private message me, and then I'll send you like a link so we can talk a little bit more on Zoom. Okay. How high do you go? Whoa. Oh, okay, MathWest. I was like, I don't do that anymore. No, just kidding. I go up to basically the intermediate. So like pre-algebra when I'm in the classroom, but I like to do like the intermediate math courses. I could do calculus, but I don't feel like it anymore, you know? Sometimes I don't feel like it. That's the other thing. And statistics, that's not me. But I got a guy. So if you do ever get into like AP calculus, AP statistics, or even statistics of any type, and you need assistance, just let me know. I got a guy, and I actually got a girl for SAT for stat. So if you need some assistance, let me know. Again, message me. All right? Okay? All righty. Well, thank you so much for sticking by. I mean, there's still 163 of you guys. This is just every day. Every time I come on here, it's just like amazing to me that it's like 10:14, soon to be 10:15 in the evening, Eastern Standard Time. And we're sitting here doing math. Like even on a Friday, like people are coming in to do math. And they like entrust me. That's kind of cool. All right. It really is. I know. Pog, how's it feel to be one of the OGs? You were like one of the ones when there was like 2 people. Maybe 3, right? It's just getting crazy, which is awesome. But I really do want to break that stigma of math phobia from people, because we're starting to pass it on to our kids, and I know we don't mean to do that, but that's what we're doing. So anytime you say, oh, I'm not good at math, I was never good at math, and your kid hears that, they're consuming that. So the best way is maybe get you guys trying some problems. So when your niece, nephew, son, daughter, whoever comes up to you with the problem, you can say, oh, I think I know how to break that down. How empowering is that, right? Because I'll tell you, I used to suck at math when I was a kid. Absolutely terrible. Couldn't do fractions. Nope. Word problems? Oh, hell no. Not doing that. So going from that to being a math teacher or a teacher of math, and now running my own online math tutoring business, and yeah, just life is just very interesting. Like, I have no control. This is all God. Because I have no idea. All right, thank you, Michael. Yes, the people need help, definitely. And it's like sometimes, someone inspired you. Yeah, actually, my eighth grade teacher, Mrs. Kosha, she inspired me to be a teacher. She was a goofball, but at the same time, like, she was amazing. She was just amazing. And it's so funny how someone can just impact your life in a matter of a year. You know, if you really stop and think about it, once kids go into schools, the teachers are really the ones that spend a lot of time with kids, you know, when they become school age. So you always want to make sure that your teacher is like instilling what you want to instill, but at the same time, you know, I know it's hard, especially if you have multiple children, but try your best. Oh, yeah. Melody, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I love when people are like, oh, you tutor? Like, can you do? Like, oh, yeah, I can. And especially for me, it's like I tutor people not just on the East Coast. Like, I tutor people in California and Washington State and Alaska, Texas, Florida, Ohio, both Carolinas, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Vermont, Massachusetts, one in Maine. That was recent. Starting to get kids in Detroit, actually. I don't know how that swing. I don't know how they found me. Like Alaska, I really don't know how. No, actually, I do know how they found me. I have one family. I was one tutor referral, and then all of a sudden it just blew up. But you just do what you do and do it the best of your ability. And if I don't know it, I always say, let me refer you to someone who does, because I'd rather you guys be successful instead of me sitting here trying to be money hungry. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. You know, it really doesn't. All right, guys. I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm going to get off my soapbox. Son does classes on OutSchool. Yeah, OutSchool. I've heard good things, but I've heard a lot of bad things, you know? Yeah. Does he do, like, younger kids? Donald, before I go. Yes, have a great night. And Melody, please message me. Don't forget, okay? Please message me. Yes, no problem. Yeah, he's 8. Yes. For the younger kids, it works. But for the older kids, I have horror stories. We'll sit one day and sit and chit-chat about it. Like, I'm serious. Message me and we can sit down and chit-chat about it. And I remember when OutSchool first came around, but I know they've made quite a few changes since then for instructors. Because I remember they used to have classes like, this is what an animal's fart sounds like. And I'm like, what in the world? This is a class? Or there were so many math classes that just dealt with Pythagorean theorem. And I'm like, there's other things you can present other than Pythagorean theorem. But, yeah. And it's probably evolved since then. Yes. Yes. Story time. All right, everyone. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much. Oh, my gosh. All the likes. You guys been tapping like crazy. 27.3. Oh, I appreciate you. All right. And the 114 that's here. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. Tomorrow night, we're actually going to take our rational extravaganza to the next level. So we're going to start solving, and that means we're going to need to have a common denominator. So this is going to be a little more intensive. If you want to come on in, you can come on in. If you want to wait for the replays, remember the replays are on my YouTube channel, okay? Do not forget. If you can subscribe to there, that'll be awesome. But if you ever have any questions, do not hesitate to just message me and I will message you back. Okay? All right. Have a great night. Rest up. Keep being awesome. Keep being good to yourself. Please. You're amazing people. I don't even know you that well, but based off of what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, just on your responses, you guys are what this world needs. Okay? You're good people. All right, continue to let your light shine. I greatly appreciate you guys. All right, have a good night and stay tuned for Audrey's notes. I'm going to be selling my notes to the general public. I got it. I'm going to just put my links on and then I'm going to send it out. All right, talk to you soon. Bye now.